The Kansas City Chiefs are in bed with the refs and the NFL. Welcome to another exciting edition of Go Pack Go All Day, and I'm your host, Vinny B. And I'm here today to explain my reaction as a Packers fan of the Houston Texans versus the Kansas City Chiefs at Arrowhead Stadium. Chiefs win 23-14, and this game was absolutely controversial. Is anybody surprised? Not at all. So it seems like all year, the Kansas City Chiefs have been in bed with the referees in NFL all year long, all season. So let's just see what happens here. So opening drive of the game, the Kansas City Chiefs get the ball all the way down the field. They get the ball all the way down the field, pretty good punt return, and then they get a field goal. So 3-0 here. Then the Texans had no problem bringing the ball down the field, and they get a field goal of their own. Fairbairn gets a field goal. So at this point, 3-3 in the first quarter. Then the Kansas City refs get another field goal, so it's 6-3. 6-3 at the start of the second quarter. Okay, looking okay. Then the freaking Kansas City refs, some way, somehow, were able to extend the play due to a roughing the passer penalty that was absolutely ridiculous. Freaking Mahomes was barely touched, not even hit in the head, but they called roughing the passer penalty on a 3rd and 8 call that extended the play, which allowed the Kansas City refs to score a touchdown. Kareem Hunt runs in for a touchdown. They get the extra point, so it's 13-3 at this point. Kansas City refs are up by 10. Then the Texans turn around and they get a field goal of their own, 13-6. Then in the third quarter, Texans score a touchdown, and then it's 13-12. The Texans missed the extra point. I guess, Fairbairn must have been paid off or something because that kick was lousy. Texans also missed a field goal during the first half. So, this game really was controversial. Then another point of the game, there was a point where the Texans defenders collided right above Mahomes, and they called a roughing the passer penalty. They didn't even touch Mahomes. It was very clear. I think that the referee officiating needs to get better in the NFL, or you're going to lose customers really fast. So in the fourth quarter, the Kansas City refs score a touchdown. It's 20-12. Then they turn around and get a field goal. It's 23-12 with 4 minutes and 38 seconds left in the game. So the Chiefs are winning by 11 points, and then all of a sudden they get a safety. So the Texans score 2 points on a safety. I completely missed this. So it's 23-14 with 11 seconds left in the game. Kind of weird how that happened. But anyway, that happened, and everybody's scratching their heads like, why is this happening every single game? This is the first game of the playoffs for the Chiefs. Pretty obvious that the NFL wants the Kansas City refs in the Super Bowl, okay? They kept turning the cameras on Taylor Swift and Caitlin Clark in the skybox. So I guess it grabs the eyes and attention of all the Swifties and Caitlin Clark WNBA fans to watch these games throughout the playoffs and maybe the Super Bowl. So maybe the NFL is seeing this as money grabbing. But you're going to lose people like me. And I think that the Sunday ticket is absolutely way too expensive, okay? I paid $450 this season, and I paid about $50 for the NFL Plus. Next season, I'm not paying for the Sunday ticket. You lost me as a customer personally. So the NFL, you got to stay away from being in bed with the Kansas City Chiefs. If you want people to watch your product, you got to do a better job, man. The two controversial calls, though, people are absolutely furious, okay? If you're going to give Patrick Mahomes and every opportunity to move the ball down the field very easily by throwing those yellow flags. The Zebras are throwing these yellow flags around to help them out, to bring the ball. And then you absolutely rip off all of these teams. What are you going to expect? You're going to lose actual real customers of the NFL, okay? Your overpriced product is not doing well. You're going to lose customers, and then you're going to lose customers because you're ripping off customers. So NFL, get your act together, or you're going to be losing actual NFL fans. I think it's ridiculous that they are basically, the refs are on your team. The refs are on the freaking Kansas City Chiefs team, it seems like. So I think as a Texans fan, I would be absolutely furious. Just like as a Packers fan, I've been absolutely furious all season of how the Packers have been ripped off. The Packers were ripped off against the Lions last game in the regular season. There were so many penalties that were not called on the Lions, but absolutely called on the Packers. So when it's one-sided, you can obviously tell. Same thing with the Packers and the Eagles game. Yeah, the Packers did not play offensively pretty well. But also at the same time, there's holding calls that were never called on the Kansas City refs throughout this game. And it was very obvious of who the NFL wanted to win this game. So that's all I got to say. Go Pack Go all day. And hit that like and subscribe button. So moving on to the next game, you got the Ravens versus the Bills. I think most fans are rooting for either the Ravens or the Bills to actually beat the Chiefs in the next game. And hopefully the NFL calls a fair game right down the middle, because I'm already not paying for the Sunday ticket next season. So you're going to have a whole lot more people not buying into it.